mastermind. Run, run, Rudolph, Santa coming far behind. Run, run, Rudolph, Santa's gonna make it to town. Santa, make him hurry, tell him he can take the freeway down. Run, run, Rudolph, I'm feeling like a merry-go-round. Said Santa to a boy child, what have you been longing for? All I want for Christmas.
A fable of Dickensian nightmares has fell upon the halls of N.E.W. Instead of presents and parties, P45s and pensions are being discussed in the locker room. 4 roster shrink matches means not so much of a Merry Christmas for some of the N.E.W. faithful.
Well, if people are referring to Goldman as Ebenezer, I suppose we'll be doing Marley and Marley at some point in the show.
Well,
however, to the rest of you, a Merry Christmas.
let's just try to get through this one. I'm Max Alex alongside the 4-time N.E.W. World Champion Erwin, and what should be an action-packed edition of Friday Night Brawl. We're going to kick things off with the Reaper versus Wade Nelson.
Hits of Hell, weighing in at 267 pounds, the Reaper.
Of course, Los Familia getting involved in the roster shrink match last week. Nathan Goldman has managed to intervene and essentially save them from the roster shrink, reshuffling the deck, if you will. I don't think that's done Wade Nelson any favours. However, the kick that made him famous was the kick that defeated this man for a title. And I wonder if he can possibly do the same here tonight to save his job.
That kick must linger in the mind of the Reaper. It truly did define Wade Nelson, some would say made him. The Reaper went on to create end times and has wreaked havoc in N.E.W. ever since. We have to let you know as well that this match is indeed a roster shrink match, so we have to believe that the Reaper will be extra focused here tonight, as essentially his job is on the line, as is Wade Nelson's.
While his...
On the way to kick off the Christmas show, early. Tra-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la.
Here's the thing, if you do take out of your minds that these are roster shrink matches, they would be incredible matches otherwise.
Weighing in at 240 pounds, Wade Nelson.
Well, Wade Nelson, career has had stops and starts, ups and downs, valleys and chasms of despair, constant injuries, constant bad luck, inconsistent match performances, Erwin, and you really see a way forward here tonight for Wade Nelson. Is he all about the kick, or is there more to this plucky competitor? Does he stand any real chance against the Reaper?
Well, another caveat that's come as of last week. Thanks to Los Familia, there are no outsiders allowed in these matches anymore. No one at ringside for either man. Arguably that may have helped Wade Nelson here tonight. No gathering of end times in the Reaper's corner. My word, some hard shots to start this one off.
Yes, clothesline. A counter quickly there by the Reaper. After a few hard elbow shots there by Nelson, getting his shots in quickly. As you say, I mean, a good counter there in the corner again by Nelson. Hard elbow connects right to the jawline, drop down by Nelson. This match at a lightning fast pace to kick things off here on Brawl.
And if the Reaper didn't remember that kick, that low kick there to the shin may have been a reminder.
Well, the Reaper, despite being one of the most powerful and resilient men on the roster, hard right hand there, great example of that. Also, tremendous speed for a guy his size. When people tend to forget that about the Reaper. He's incredibly agile for a guy 6 foot plus and 250 pound easy.
Maybe a bit off there on the height. The Reaper, of course, not one of the taller of our competitors here, but certainly makes up for it in anger.
Stamping down on Nelson. Dove right across the back of the head and neck. That sadistic streak of the Reaper going in for the pin, no wasted motion. 2 count there. We've seen that sadistic stomp win the Reaper matches before. He goes right for that vertebrae at the back of the neck, Erwin, that connects to the spine, and it's sinister shot indeed. Many people have argued for that shot to be made illegal here in N.E.W. Dominated. That could be over right here. 2. It is.
And it is.
Wade Nelson's famous kick is going to have to play its trade somewhere else, because the Reaper made short work of that one. That was brutal.
That match also cements the Reaper's #1 contendership for that European title that he won last week. Because Wade Nelson could have been the roadblock in that path. And that is not to be, so the Reaper will face Brad Morse at New Year this Sunday.
What a match that should be between Brad Morse and the Reaper.
Speaking of which, apparently Brad Morse is currently backstage. Reno Phillips standing by.
Good luck to Wade Nelson. He had a house strapped to his back here tonight, and he put up a good effort against this demon of a man.
Again, we will be keeping all the details of these free agents for people to contact us to find them if they are interested. Promoters out there.
A hell of a talent is Wade Nelson, and the promotion will be lucky to have him.
Even Brad Morse showing a bit of reluctance.
Well, Brad Morse doesn't show his cards easily, Erwin, so if he's showing fear against the Reaper, I think that speaks volumes. For New Year's, should be one hell of a match up for the European Championship, and this is a match that I don't think really should be happening, if I'm being totally honest, Erwin.
Making her way to the ring from Bangkok, Thailand, Sakamoto Dixon.
Well, we've all made that argument throughout this roster shrink.
Well, the Queen of Japanese Strong Style, Sakamoto Dixon, one of the hottest talents on our women's roster, put up in a roster shrink match, one-on-one versus Maria Diaz, part of a legacy, a dynasty of N.E.W's own creation. You're damn right. I have strong feelings about a roster shrink concerning these two ladies. I think anyone with any shred of sanity would.
And let's not forget, albeit safe for now, Akane Matsuda fighting for women's #1 contendership here tonight against Ade Durand. The Empire of Pain have been in flux as of late, losing Elizabeth Dondelinger, replacing her with Taryn Harvey, losing Taryn Harvey just last week.
The Empire of Pain, quite frankly, as far as I can see, is in a state of emergency right now, and if they lose Sakamoto Dixon here tonight, then what is the future for that group? Now, the Rebel Maria Diaz has had problems of her own which have been well documented, which concern her entire family and of course who her legitimate father is, and all of that psychological welfare on top of what has unquestionably been her own behaviour as of late, which has been
Erratic.
unpredictable at best, Erwin.
A lot of turmoil within Diaz. A lot of unknowns within Dixon. We've not really seen her in much action.
Well, Sakamoto Dixon was a veteran when she came to N.E.W. She's wrestled all the way around the world, won championships. Maria Diaz, a homegrown talent, of N.E.W's own training facility here, and of course, second generation superstar. Roll out the way here of Dixon.
He grew up in the Diaz dojo.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, born in the ring. Maria Diaz grew up around this business. There is no doubt about that. Jawbreaker by Dixon. Misses with a drop kick, sidestep there by Maria Diaz. Another fast-paced matchup, as you would expect. I mean, who wants to lose their job a few weeks before Christmas? Don't want a knee there. Or single leg drop kick, excuse me. Sakamoto Dixon.
Looking for a suplex here. Diaz getting out of it though.
First DDT there by Diaz. Oh, stiff elbow. Right to the heart of Dixon. Maria Diaz, a rookie in comparison to Sakamoto Dixon. Snap suplex, showing absolutely no intimidation here to the veteran. Just keeping right on top of Dixon, which I think is exactly what she needs to do. Head scissors there. Hard, stiff elbow right to the skull of Sakamoto Dixon. No wasted motion. Straight in for the pin for Diaz. Only getting a 1 count.
Kick to the back. Diaz just laying in those kicks throughout this match.
Doof.
Dixon not done yet though.
Hard elbow. And flying knee, that knee brace again of Dixon. That's been well documented throughout Sakamoto Dixon's N.E.W tenure. How much of a factor has that questionable knee brace
cocky pin
Sakamoto Dixon's career, choking her life there. And Maria Diaz right across the airway. Referee finally getting in the middle of that. Hard Irish whip over the top rope there by Dixon. The momentum may have shifted here to the veteran, who wasted a little bit too much time loading there.
Told Diaz to bring it on. She did just that with a neck breaker.
Yeah, be careful what you wish for. Maria Diaz, the hot rod. Never afraid of a
twist
fight.
of fate.
Love that move. Twist of fate with a vengeance there by Maria Diaz, going to the top rope, not afraid to take a risk.
Moonsault.
Beautiful moonsault there. Referee, perfect position. Maria Diaz, big upset. No!
Dixon just hanging in.
Sakamoto Dixon, the queen of strong style, knows she can take a hit as well. She's just proved it right there. That should have been all over, but Dixon's still in this thing, hanging Diaz on the top rope. And she tries to regain her senses here. Great leg strength there by Diaz to counter.
Hard kick to the back of the leg to stop her getting up as well.
Maria Diaz really has just cut out all the space between her and Sakamoto Dixon in this matchup. I don't think they've been further than 3 feet away from each other throughout this entire affair. In Atomic Bulldog there by Diaz. This has been a close quarter encounter by Maria Diaz and Sakamoto Dixon here tonight.
Diaz has just managed to stay 1 step ahead for the most part. Dixon again trying to claw back momentum here.
And dragged there by Dixon.
Hard shoulder lock here.
Just working on that rotisserie cuff.
Also hyperextending that elbow.
Technical styling of Dixon. I'm surprised we haven't seen more holds from the star from the Orient here tonight. That stomped down by Diaz. It may just be that Diaz has been just so intense in her offense here that Dixon just hasn't had the chance.
You see that lock did slow the pace a little of Diaz there, so clearly realizing that she could get nearly thought she had it there.
Yeah,
I think Diaz has realized that she may get submitted here if she's not careful. Speaking of which, Exploder suplex.
Beautiful Exploder suplex there by Sakamoto Dixon. In a blink of an eye she can change the very foundation of any match she's in. 2 count of close to there by Dixon. Maria Diaz, I think, was just winded by that incredible Exploder suplex. Sakamoto Dixon primed and ready. Shin-Saka, toe-hold counter. Beautiful, beautiful counter there by Maria Diaz. Quick thinking by the hot rod. Twist of fate.
Second time crawling to the cover.
Gotta be over. It is. Huge upset by Maria Diaz. Incredible matchup!
Well, it may be misery for two competitors here tonight, but at least the fans are getting some incredible action. We will be back after a short advert break.
Yeah, high intensity is in the air here tonight in our Christmas N.E.W special. Maria Diaz with arguably one of the biggest career victories to date. What else could happen here tonight on Brawl?
Don't forget we still have the women's #1 contendership match to decide who goes ahead to New Year this Sunday, as well as the women's championship being on the line in the main event. We will be right back.
We've hit the ground running here tonight, folks, I can tell you that. 2 incredible matches. And we've still got 3 more to go, including this one, and there's no prizes for guessing who you're betting on here tonight in this roster shrink match in between Chris Jones and Haku Ross.
It's true, it's a shame we don't have some kind of sponsor there, because I could have made some snappy quirk about there not being any betting for Chris Jones in this matchup. Get credit where credit's due, he has managed to win a lot of titles here in N.E.W.
4-time N.E.W World Heavyweight Champion, in a record that only yourself and, well, only you really equal. And you're retired. So this would make Chris Jones the most decorated competitor on the N.E.W's illustrious roster today. Like him or hate him, that's just a fact. You judge success by the amount of world championships you have won, and in terms of N.E.W, Chris Jones is top dog.
Well, maybe so, but it doesn't mean you have to have the ego the size of the 1940s British Empire.
Don't get political. It's Christmas. Chris Jones, a hell of a competitor, questionable person, no doubt about that. Going up against an up-and-comer and one of the rising stars of the EOD here tonight in Haku Ross.
Again, arguably
his opponent from Port-au-Prince, Haiti, weighing in at 350 pounds, Haku Ross.
the EOD's career has been stifled with opting in to protect backstage until a real security force could be assembled.
That's a great point, Erwin, but you have to argue as well that association with the Goldman has given the EOD more opportunities here in N.E.W. They were floundering around the mid-card before that association began, and since that association, the EOD have become suddenly a lot more important here on Friday Night Brawl. Now, you could argue throughout their entire tenure that Haku Ross has been the standout candidate. No disrespect to Dallas Rage or Ray Sullivan, but Haku Ross has been quoted as the man in that group, in that trio, and his career's only just really begun here in N.E.W. So who've you got, the veteran or the stud?
Well, let's face it, this up-and-comer not only has to fight for his job, but the winner of this match will keep that #1 contendership that currently Chris Jones holds for that Men's World Championship match at New Year.
The fact remains here, ladies and gentlemen, we're looking at a multi-time world champion against a potential future world champion. That's it, bottom line. It is potential versus pedigree. Experience versus youthful exuberance. 10 minutes are on the clock. Mike Chatopa officiates, and here we go. Atomic leg drop there by Jones, going for a classic start just to wind Haku Ross. Kick to the ribs. There'll be nothing clean about Jones's offense, we can tell you that for free.
Be trying to cut that big man in two, but that's easier said than done. Oh, big suplex though.
Big snap suplex there.
Oh, good lord, the pallet back.
Incredible speed there by Haku Ross, the former linebacker for Florida State. Stiff forearm shots there to Chris Jones. Oh, God, almost too powerful, almost too quick.
Oh,
he jumped right over Jones there, but what a chop.
Looking for a suplex of his own. Jones squirming out though.
Yeah, Jones is no stranger to fighting bigger men. He has come across a few in his time here in N.E.W. He will try to frustrate, he will try to intimidate, he will try to make the bigger man make the mistake, and then he will do this, he will capitalise.
Again, Chris Jones' disadvantage here would be that he hasn't had time for the mind games he normally would have in a matchup of this calibre.
After an armbar with a crank to the other arm as well. Wrapping up the entire upper body of Haku Ross, who got out of it quickly.
Jones had his back up against the ropes as well, giving Haku Ross no room to manoeuvre to reach for said ropes.
Talk about the stiff receipt though, that hard Irish whip and that straight up stop to the arm. And then the knee drag to Ross. I think Jones's offense has angered the big man. Big power in the legs there from Chris Jones, trying to get out of that corner as quickly as possible, and he does. Stiff elbows to the back of the spine there of Ross. Counters with an arm drag.
Haku Ross trying to get back into some kind of stride here. It's Jones up in the corner.
Oh! Well, that'll do it. Direct and efficient offense there by Haku Ross, just driving that shoulder of Jones straight into the ring post and then stomping the life, the air out of Jones's body. Not even a one count there in.
Haku Ross just trying to keep up that pressure. Oh,
hard elbow by Haku.
Oh, spine buster!
Tremendous spine buster by Haku Ross. That amazing power game of this big stud. That could be the thing that wins in the day. Only gets him a one count still. That veteran-like instinct of Chris Jones to get his shoulder off the mat. No, kick to the head, playing possum. No one does it better than Chris Jones. He's the king of the possums, Owen. Spinebuster of his own.
Think of him more like a rodent, but nevertheless.
From the top rope, he's capable of some incredible athleticism. 450, knees are up for Haku. Haku with incredible ring presence. Wait a minute.
Push that boot down, grab the throat.
Choke slam. For the pin.
Goodbye,
another huge surprise here. No! That would have been incredible.
Oh, so close, but Ross cannot give up now.
I think for a second my heart just stopped. That was so incredibly close for Haku Ross. Spinebuster! The third of the night, second for Ross. Blocked by Jones, he blocked the boot.
Oh, and a clothesline to the outside.
Chris Jones is somehow, someway fighting back. What an incredible matchup this has been between Chris Jones and Haku Ross here.
Get both men fighting for a shot at the biggest prize in N.E.W. as well as to keep their job.
The Gross, the Christmas future and Christmas past have found each other and are in a war here in N.E.W. tonight.
A show of force of his own, a kick out after one from Ross this time.
A show of force is all that you could ask for now in a war like this. It is a question of who wants it more. There's nothing to separate either of these men. It has been too close to call. Right now the veteran on top of the youngster here with this headlock, just trying to squeeze the air once again out of Chris Jones's body. Sweep of the leg by Haku.
Again has shown that ability to hang with such high caliber wrestlers. Bust open.
2.
No, still hanging in there.
Stomp to the arm again there by Jones.
Chris Jones is on the offense now.
Spinebuster again. Good lord, what a spinebuster. Shatop in perfect position by the referee. Jones has stole one. The spinebuster, the third of the night for Chris Jones. Finally puts Haku away in the closest contested affair we have had here tonight. That was a war, an all-out war, Owen.
It really was, and it's a shame it didn't end up another way, but what a match.
Well, Nathan Goldman has just lost one of his most powerful allies in that locker room and arguably one of his best security coordinators here tonight in Haku Ross. The EOD have lost a teammate and we have lost a rising star on our roster. Well, come and get him, ladies and gentlemen. Haku Ross is looking for a job, and with a performance like that, he won't be out of work for long. Chris Jones does what he does best. He has won the day. What a match.
Time for a word from the world champion, and then we will get a reprieve from the roster shrink matches. Women's #1 contendership match up here next. Don't let that time trump fool you, but that can only mean one thing, that she's not coming alone. Dare Durant has brought back up here tonight when Akane Matsuda is running out of backup. Finds herself alone here.
Great point, the Empire of Pain that took a pounding over the last few weeks in this roster shrink, Erwin.
Yes.
The Industry from Paris, France. The Phenom,
The French Phenom Durand. There's plenty of wild cards to pick from here. The Industry currently hold the gold in N.E.W's men's tag team division. Have made great strides in the last few weeks here and have come to support the female branch of their franchise here tonight.
Whereas on the other side of the coin, Akane Matsuda now has no tag team partners to aid her. Get involved at ringside, which no doubt the current tag team champions will do if they need to.
Akane Matsuda went to great strides there into place competitive and dangerous allies around her, and now she finds herself completely alone An incredible story that has risen just before the break of a new year here in N.E.W. What a night this has been already.
All three of these hold gold. By the end of New Year.
A great question. If Dave Duran is successful in this match and successful at New Year and the industry can hold on to those tag team titles, then come the New Year there is a real new force to be reckoned with here in N.E.W.
That's only if
And her opponent,
this woman's confidence has been rocked.
Akane Matsuda.
Arguably there's enough evidence to say that it will be.
The Empire of Pain have become an army of one. The Empress herself, Akane Matsuda, stands alone.
And again, she is what started the Empire of Pain. That foundation is still very strong.
Well, Matsuda's one of the strongest competitors on the women's roster on her own, regardless of who she has around her, Erwin, but you're absolutely right. What kind of psychological effect has there been when she has seen effectively her travelling buddies, her tag team partners, fired before her very eyes, only to come out to one of the most important matches she has had this year and have to do it alone? That would have an effect on anyone. "20 minutes on the clock." Chitopa again, a busy night for him. Oof, to call it. And here we go. Akane Matsuda right off the blocks. Quick out the gate, Erwin. Oof.
Goldman deciding to throw a bit of caution to the wind here on the Christmas special and giving the fourth match the main event treatment with that 20-minute time limit. Well, wanting to make sure this comes to a conclusion with it being a contendership match.
With the pedigree of the talent involved in Matsuda and Duran, I think 20 minutes is the least that Goldman could do, considering the amount of P45s that man's signing tonight.
Fourth action here to start.
Spine there by Matsuda. Stamp to the arm. And again by the Empress. Sound technical performers you will not find.
Pin here.
Akane Matsuda and Dave Duran, very similar wrestlers in that respect. They tie you up in more ways than I care to count or remember. Fireman's carry there by Matsuda. Hanging Duran again off that top rope. Figure four here, no.
Could be looking for a first submission though, whatever she's going for. Reverse figure four.
Well, that's a unique way of getting there, but a reverse figure four there by Akane Matsuda. Great bridge to get out of it there by Dave Duran. A straight fist to the face for good measure by the French Phenom. Russian leg sweep to counter again emphatically. Duran knows she needs to make that momentum count.
Stomp to the elbow there.
Jawbreaker counter there by Matsuda.
Kept flying in, but Duran had it scouted this time.
Yeah, tremendous counter again there by Dave Duran. Countering that flying forearm into a bulldog. Stiff forearms by Matsuda, who didn't like being countered one bit. Duran fires back. Oof. My word, Matsuda there. What a forearm.
Exploder suplex.
And the suplex to boot. Throwing Duran clear halfway across the ring. Kick to the midsection. You think Duran might have just pissed Akane Matsuda off a little bit, Erwin?
Trying to catch up here without offense being dished out. What a shot across the throat there.
Lord. No love lost between Akane Matsuda and Dave Duran, it seems.
Oh, looking for the armbar.
Armbar submission.
Locked in.
It was only a matter of time before Akane Matsuda tried to lock in this armbar. Dave Duran had a world of trouble here.
Trying to reach out for that rope, couldn't quite get it.
Well, the job isn't on the line, but another one contendership for the Women's World Heavyweight Championship is. At New Year's. One of these women will get that opportunity.
Kane with an uncharacteristic slip up there. Got Dedaran the momentum back.
Yeah, that's suplex. Hard knee to the ribs. I don't think she got all of it, but she got all of those clotheslines. Single leg drop kick as well. Dedaran, the French phenom, finding her rhythm.
Again, this offense has been so intense in these 5 minutes. I understand the fatigue already kicking in with these two. Dedaran looking to finish it. Has that Hurricane Rana.
Oh, excuse me, yeah, Hurricane Rana. Well called. Oh,
the office party's catching up with you.
I'm still drunk, I wasn't doing the sober.
Oh.
2 count.
Franco there giving some words of advice, I think.
Uncharacteristically out of position there for Mike Shitope. Dedaran having a few words with the official before continuing her attack on Matsuda. Bringing her back in the hard way is the French phenom. European uppercut.
Brought it back. Oh, what a backbreaker.
Yeah, just classic backbreaker there by Akane Matsuda. Nothing fancy about it, but it certainly is effective. Dedaran in a sea of trouble here. Stiff clothesline again by Matsuda, and again. Single leg drop kick.
This time it's Dedaran that falls to the outside. Try and create some distance, but Akane up to the top rope.
Big gods!
Oh my word, went for a missile drop kick, but it completely backfired.
Sweet Jesus, Matsuda went for it all. It's a chop fest on the outside. Akane, Dedaran seemingly getting the better of it. Akane lands hard on those wafer thin mats. Dedaran wisely, in my opinion, getting back to the high ground. Shitope, count of 5.
Adrenaline spike wearing off from Akane there. She had to get back up to her feet the hard way, if you will.
Great block there by Akane Matsuda. Explore the suplex again. Great overhead.
Flung across the ring.
Second time tonight, Dedaran has gone flying. This time Shitope, perfect position, only still. Gets a 2 count. Dedaran showing that toughness, that resilience, Owen. The French phenom still lives, but for how much longer? Matsuda has that look in her eye.
Armbar again. Further away from the ropes this time. Dedaran realises.
And a lot more damage has been done to Dedaran. You escape one, can't you? Yes, she has again. Second time tonight, Dedaran has got out of the armbar. That's incredible. So unusual here at N.E.W. Usually when Matsuda locks in that armbar, Owen, that is all she wrote.
Usually game over within 5 seconds. It shows that MMA background. Dedaran,
2.
her early training in France.
Both these ladies well schooled in that catch-can style, as you say, Owen. Both great technicians. Arguably the 2 strongest women technicians on our roster. That are left anyway.
Back and forth.
What a
drop kick indeed.
Textbook drop kick there by Dedaran. At this stage of the game, Owen, this has just been 6 or 7 minutes of just hard-fought competition here. Just no give whatsoever. Potentially 30 minutes remain, but not if this.
Franco's advice, perhaps.
Ankle lock. Christmas jinx.
Oh, that's it.
Certainly is for Akane Matsuda, who couldn't stand the pain anymore. Dedaran, who endured not 1 but 2 arm bars, locked in that impressive ankle lock, and that was all she wrote for Akane Matsuda. That has to be considered an upset there for Dedaran, Owen.
Well, depending on who wins here tonight in our main event, depends on who Dedaran will be facing in the new year. Our number 1 contender for that Women's World Championship has been determined. After our final advert break of the night, the Women's World Champion will be decided.
we should be in vogue. I could be your supermodel, let me strike a pose. Flashing for the cameras, baby, we should be in vogue. I could be your supermodel, let me strike a pose.
Strike pose. The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Women's Championship.
We'd just like to wish everybody watching here tonight a Merry Christmas and wish them a healthy and happy 2021 after what has been an undoubtedly crazy year for everyone.
Another trainee from the Diaz dojo risks losing her job here tonight, but could walk out on top of the heap as Women's World Champion.
It is really all or nothing here tonight, Erwin, for Selena Figueroa. What a story it is, from the beauty from Baltimore, the Mexican heritage, at the age of 3, coming to America for a better life, of a mother with nothing but what she had in the suitcase, worked her socks off, bought a restaurant, worked there till she was 16, got into wrestling, and the rest is history. For Selena Figueroa, it's a rags to riches fairy tale, which could end with the World Heavyweight Championship here tonight.
And we all know how hard Cynthia Violet has fought to get that belt in the first place.
A homegrown talent. Cynthia Violet had a question mark over her head for such the longest of times, Erwin. Could she do it? Could she stand on top of the mountain in the women's division? She answered that question emphatically when she beat Faria, one of the longest reigning women's champions in N.E.W. history, to win the N.E.W. Women's Heavyweight Championship. The Red Dragon's reign has been short. Will it be the era of the Dragon? Or will Figueroa finally achieve her dream?
Very similar tale on both ends as far as the in-ring history goes. A hard fight to the top.
Introducing the challenger from Baltimore, Maryland, Selena Figueroa. Introducing the champion from Seattle, Washington. She is the Women's Champion, the Dragon, Cynthia Violet.
They broke through around the same time, they trained around the same time, and now they stand together in the main event for the World Heavyweight Championship in their division. What a moment in N.E.W. Mike Shatopa, our senior official, with the Women's Championship above his head.
What a main event this should be.
The bell is rung and here we go. Double crucifix pin there by Figueroa.
Wasting
Going
no
for it in the
time.
first 5 seconds, my God. Sweet Jesus, that was a quick start by Figueroa.
I think that caused Cynthia Violet off guard as well. Managed to get a 1 out of it.
Barely sat back down. Cynthia Violet with it all to do with a fired up Figueroa. Going back on the attack, scoop slam, Irish whip right back over to the danger side of the ring. Brought back in the hard way by Violet.
Cynthia Violet did not take that crucifix pin kindly. It has been back on the offense ever since. A big suplex here.
That incredible power there by Cynthia Violet, the champion, just showcasing her own talent. The legs of Figueroa there bouncing off the rope. Cynthia Violet not particularly taking care of her opponent there. Just shows you the kind of stakes that are at play here. Head scissors elbow, there by Violet, a more brawler, a more smash mouth style of the champion versus the technical finesse of Figueroa.
Yeah, Violet will have to look out for those submissions from Figueroa. Just throws a hard elbow in there. Oh, sling blade.
Sling blade there. I know Violet has claimed that Figueroa isn't tough enough to beat her. Figueroa knows that she has a point to prove. She's always been a finesse fighter as Figueroa. There has been questions about her endurance in the past.
Oh,
Blue Fez pressed there by Figueroa, going right back into the champion's face, showing no intimidation here, straight in for the pin.
only a 1. Figueroa showing that fiery attitude. Violet with a reversal.
Kicked in the midsection there by Cynthia Violet. Tornado DDT off the middle rope. Driving the skull of Figueroa into the mat. Straight in for the pin. Chatopa there again. Only getting a 1 count. Figueroa with a quick kick out. Getting her shoulders off the mat as quickly as possible. Right back in the face of Violet again she goes. There has been absolutely no give from Selena Figueroa so far in this match. She's taken a beating at times, Owen, but she's going right back at Violet.
Again, trying to keep that pressure up. And only a 1. Trying to test that ground, see how far she has worn down Violet.
Well, this is it. There is no margin for error. It is glory or death here tonight in N.E.W. for Cynthia Violet and Selena Figueroa. A kick to the spine there by the champion. The Red Dragon will not go down without a fight.
Oh, hard shot to the back there. Sent Figueroa reeling. Violet realises just kept up that damage.
GBH neck wrench there by Violet. The champion trying to wear down the core of Selena Figueroa. Not a bad game plan at all, just wear down the endurance of the challenger. Kick to the midsection there by Figueroa. Arm drag reversal there by Violet, the champion, with those quick reflexes. Fireman carry. Oh, what a slam.
Not done there, wrenching that knee into the side.
Almost like a modified torture rack there by Violet, going right in for the pin, only getting a 1 count. Again, Figueroa getting her shoulders off the canvas quickly. Hard knee right back to that spine again by Violet, who is focusing on the back. In the last few minutes of this matchup.
Headlock. Perhaps looking for a sleeper hold here.
Yeah, damaging that core again. Just squeezing the life, the air. Selena Figueroa, and how many times have we said this, Erwin? If you can't breathe, you can't fight.
Figueroa trying to find a way out. Oh,
hard elbows there by Figueroa. Any counter will do at that point.
What that drop kick in the corner though.
Got some of the drop kick. I don't think she got all of it. I just don't think Figueroa had enough air in her body to get all the momentum that she needed. I think Violet absorbed it and came right back on. Snapped me a takedown off the ropes. Springboard, beautiful. Beautiful handspring moonsault there by Cynthia Violet, only getting a 2 count.
Well, it's a good job because she'd have been spoiling the celebration. Violet not done there though. Oh, Dragon Sleeper.
Dragon Sleeper, we've seen that before. By the champion.
Figueroa trying to get her head free.
Yes, Selena
cannot.
Taken completely by surprise. He had no choice. You see the wrench of the neck there by Cynthia Violet. I think she would have snapped her neck if Figueroa hadn't tapped there. Figueroa had no choice after a spirited fight against the champion. We must say goodbye to the beauty from Baltimore, Selena Figueroa, as Cynthia Violet retains the N.E.W. Women's Heavyweight Championship.
And that means this Sunday we'll have our 2 golden ticket matches. Men's Junior Championship, Jack Murphy will take on Tasmania. Women's Junior Championship, Carolyn Carr will take on the Phantom. The United Kingdom Championship will be decided in a triple threat Extreme Rules match. Snake, Kobayashi, Mike Sharp. The Women's Tag Team Championships, will be in a classic tag team elimination. The Outlaws versus Foxy Valentines. The European Championship one-on-one, Reaper and Brad Morse. The Men's Tag Team Championships, a tag team elimination classic as well. M Times in the Industry. Dare Duran will face Cynthia Violet, and Chris Jones will face Simon Youngblood. We will see you Sunday. Thank you and good night.
Good night.